Okay, good morning and welcome to the last shir of Mishna Yomi on Maseches Kilayim. Not my last shir of Mishna Yomi. We'll be starting Mirza Hashem Maseches Shvius tomorrow. Kick off a new Masechta in Mishna Yomi. I saw a big ad in Mishpacha magazine this Monday. Join Mishna Yomi. We're learning Maseches Shvius, or Rav Chaim Kanievsky said, to learn about Hilchos Shemitah during a Shemitah year is sublime, the best you can do. So they had a picture of the All Mishna app. They didn't have a picture of me. I was surprised. I sent them an application a second time. I think they just put me on the wanted list. They ban anything that comes from me. All right, let's start it off. Mishnayos Perek Tet, Mishnayos Tet and Yud. The Mishnah Tet says, Levadim asurim mipnei shehem shuim. Levadim generally means felt, a soft material. Since they're soft material, to combine linen and semer together, we're going to see these Mishayos talking about even where they're not really sewn together, they're not really, but they're just connected in some other way. It's still asur. Why is it asur? That's the subject of Yom and I'll give you a little hint. There's two psukim. There's a pasuk of a little silba shanis and dvarim, and the pasuk in kedoshim yesterday's parsha. Even if they're not together, even if they're not sewn together, they're not yachtov. They'll still in Israel. Piv shall semer shall pish and also. Let's say you have a shirt made of wool and the hem, or the outer edge. You have an undershirt sometimes like that. You have an outer edge. You have the shirt and then you have the top edge. That's called a hem. If one is semer, one's pish, and it's aser mimshel chozrim ka'arig, because we're going to see it's an ervuvi, it's a mixture. Lo yala alecha. V'yosi omer meshicho shel argaman asuros meishu mola shel kosher. Let's say you have pants of wool. And sometimes you have tightened pants. You have string sometimes tightened pants. So the string is made out of linen, or so the string is made out of wool. I'm sorry, the pants are made out of linen. Before he actually ties it, he actually stretches, he pulls in the strings, and while you're doing that, it's called an attachment. For you can't make a belt, right? Half of the belt is made out of semer, half is pishtim. Even the clasp is in the middle, it divides the semer and the pishtim. You can't do it together because it's one item, and it is kilayim. We'll explain that more in Ian Mishnayos. Mishnah Yud, Osos HaGarodin, Osos HaKovsim. That's they write your name. When you send your shirt or your pants to the dry cleaner, they'll staple a piece of paper with your name on it, or you send it to a weaver. Asuras Mishum Kilayim, if that piece of paper is a piece of semer or a piece of pishtan, and the beged is the other one, then it's Kilayim, even though really it's not made together. If you just tie, you have a piece of semer, a beged of semer, a beged of pishtim, and you tie it with one knot together, that's not considered together. You tie a single knot, right, with two strings coming from it. He's going to untie in a second. It's not considered a kesher, and you're not chayav for untying on Shabbos. You have two of the ropes coming, or the strings coming from the same side, so then when you tie it, everyone knows it lasts a little longer than not. Chibur is never chibur for kilayim. Meishma shom kilayim v'ashomta b'Shabbos chayiv. If you untie on Shabbos, you chayiv. Yehuda omer ashi yishlosh yishale. She says for both kilayim and Hilchos Shabbos, until you have a third string, it's not going to be asar because it doesn't stay for a really long time. Asak v'akupa. We start from the kilayim. This is the end, the last word of the Mishnah of Maseches Kilayim. You have a piece of sackcloth and you have a kupa, it's a box, or a different piece of clothing. If one is made out of semer or wool and one is made out of pishtan, and you tie it together, provided with two kifos, with two knots, even if they're two entirely different begodim, right? Two entirely different. One's a coat and one's a, let's say, mittens, a scarf, right? It's mitzaref l'kilayim. You tie the gloves to the coat, right? Even though they're two different things, one's made of semer and pishtan. It's enough to be chayiv for kilayim. Also, the Rishonim say, most of the Rav says they're abanon, and I want to even suggest me the Raisa. Stay tuned for Yom Mishnayos, we're going to talk about that. But